came on at half time, and my mum never really got a chance to see me play, but this one time she came to watch me play, and I don't know if she didn't expect me to come on or what, but she'd gone to the car, and obviously I came on and I scored like, I think it was 4 goals in 12 minutes or something. And then
Lewandowski. Let's talk about the transition, obviously going into the first team. How was that for you? How did you find it? What was very different to playing academy football and, playing in front of bigger crowds now? How was that whole experience? And do you remember like your first game?
Yeah, I think the transition for me, what I struggled with the most was the physical aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going into playing with full-grown adults, and I was still only 17 at the time. Luckily, I'm kind of tall, and I think I was tall then as well, so I could kind of carry my own, but my strength was 0.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I really struggled in that aspect. And I think my first game, I'm pretty sure I started quite quickly, and I was really surprised. I think I kind of just got thrown in the deep end. And obviously I was so nervous because I'd never played in front of any sort of crowd before.
Crowd, yeah, exactly,
So
yeah.
completely different. Even like walking out of a tunnel, you don't do that in academy women's football.
Yeah.
So even going to a proper stadium, like little things, the name on your back of your shirt, like all these sort of
Exactly.
things you don't think about, but then at the time you're like, right, okay, like this is proper now. So yeah, I mean, luckily I had a real good group. So like it wasn't, of course it was scary going into the first team changing room, but it wasn't as bad because I did have a real good group, which they like took me under their wing, which really helped. But yeah, the transition with physical is probably the same in men's as you playing with
Yeah,
adults.
that's exactly the same. You go from being a player where maybe you rely on your skill and everything like that, and you don't really, or maybe it's the opposite, right? Maybe you're one of the most physical players in your age group, and then you have to go play against real men, and then you can't use that physical aspect because they've got that in abundance. So just quickly tell everybody watching how it is being a player where maybe you're not the most physical. How do you have to maneuver around the pitch to maybe avoid that tackle or that challenge, or stand out without being a physical presence on the pitch?
Thankfully, I'm quick, so I try to
Yeah.
avoid those situations by using my speed. I try to not get myself in 50-50 situations where possible. But yeah, I mean, if you're not as strong, just using your body, really, drawing a foul or something. I'm quite good at drawing in fouls, just because I'll go down with whoever's bulldozing me over. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, strength is still something I need to work on now to this day. So yeah, it's still a work in process.
that's good though. At least you know what you need to work on, and you can you can do what you need to do when you go back to playing football, right? So just speak on your time there at Chelsea, your highs, your lows. I see that you scored, which is crazy to me. It said 4 goals in one game.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think the last time I did that, I must have been about 12.
Oh, that was, I think we were playing London Bees in the Conti Cup, which is sort of like the men's League Cup sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was a chance for our manager to give the younger players an opportunity to show what they could do. So I was like, right, it's my time to step up now. I came on at half time, and my mum never really got a chance to see me play, but this one time she came to watch me play, and I don't know if she
Wow.
didn't expect me to come on or what, but she'd gone to the car, and obviously I came on and I scored like, I think it was 4 goals in 12 minutes or something. Um, and then
Lewandowski.
Here at 3258, we're proud to present you with the best football specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting 4258.
I went up to my mum after the game. I was like, did you see? Did you see? Whatever. I was obviously buzzing. And the manager was like, the coach and stuff came over and was like, Rosella did well today. Like, she scored 4. And my mum was like, what? Because obviously she came back for the last 10 minutes, saw me on the pitch, but hadn't seen me score because she
Oh
missed that.
my gosh, it's the worst. It's the
So
worst.
like, I think I had to show her on YouTube the goals back for her to actually believe that I scored 4 in 12 minutes or whatever it was. But yeah, that was a real high. I was buzzing off that for a while. I think I didn't play a lot at Chelsea, and anyone can see that's kind of obvious by the stats and for how long I was there. But I think dealing with that at a young age is obviously hard.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think you realise how much of a toll it takes on you until you leave. Obviously,
Hmm.
being at Chelsea, I was so grateful to be there, and I'm training with some of the best players. I've got like an amazing facility, but at my age, I need game time.
Exactly, yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I really realised how hard I found it until I stepped away, and I was like, right, okay, I probably wasn't utilising that situation as best as I could have.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I mean, obviously training with world class people every day is a real high, but that in itself, never really playing, is so mentally draining. So
Yeah, very much so. Just speak on how it is, being in a situation like that. Obviously, you're a young player in the eyes of many people, anyways. Being there, so just speak on like the fact that maybe you're at a level where you're training every day with world class players, and maybe you get featured in some type of games, and the competition is very high. You know, the expectations are very high. So to speak on how it is being in that situation and just trying to do the best you can every day, and it's mentally draining, like you were just saying.
I think you've just got to keep going. And sometimes I think I wouldn't do that. If I'm completely honest, I think sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, I'm never going to get a chance, or I
Mm,
never see myself playing over this person. And I think already when you're putting yourself in that mindset, if you're saying that to yourself, there's no way in hell anyone else is going to play you. So
exactly, yeah.
yeah, you've just got to do what you can, and when your opportunity comes, take it. And I think sometimes, if I'm completely honest, looking back at it, I didn't take any opportunity that I was given. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. Um, but yeah, I think when you flip it into a positive, that was probably one of the best periods. I learned so much. As I said, now I'm out of it, looking back at like scenarios that I was in and situations I was in at such a young age as well, like playing in that league and with the caliber of players. I can only be grateful, really. I can't moan too much.
Let's talk about your loans,
Yeah,
and how is it going on loan. um you know you're in a new situation. You don't really know the players, you don't know the manager, it's just a different city. Just talk on how it is going on loan, and did you enjoy your experiences going on loan?
I'm not gonna lie, going on loan, the first one I was really, really intimidated. And if you know me as a character, I'm like not. I think I am shy, but like when it comes to football and stuff, I was quite confident. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a shy character, so you'd probably have to start a conversation with me, otherwise I probably wouldn't speak. But
Yeah,
yeah, I was going down to Millwall. I was 18 maybe. I don't know. I had quite a lot of loans while I was at Chelsea, but this
Hmm.
loan was particularly weird because I would train during the day with Chelsea because obviously
Okay.
they were full time, and Millwall was the league below, so they were part time, so they would train in the evening. So I'd do a
Okay.
session in the day with Chelsea, and then I'd go and do a session in the evening with
That's
Millwall.
far as well. No,
Yeah,
that's
so
like,
I don't think I'd passed my test by then, so I think my mum was driving me.
wow,
Or
crazy stuff.
sometimes I would stay and I'd stay in Chelsea and my friend would drive me down.
Hmm.
But yeah, that in itself was so intense. Obviously, I'm trying to do well at Chelsea and still show what I'm about. But then I've got
Yeah,
my
yeah.
loan where I need to turn up. And I think sometimes looking back at it, they probably thought, like, who's this kid coming in on 50% energy at 17 years old? 18 years old, however I was, when some of them are like 30 years old and
Hmm.
it's their team, you know? So I think that was a very difficult situation. But then the next loan was Bristol, and I went on loan with a couple of teammates as well, which really helped. And I think
Yeah.
as I was more comfortable, I thrived a bit more in that environment because I was more comfortable. I wasn't really in the unknown or, you know, um, yeah, I know. I think, I don't know, Millwall for me, I was so young as well. I think looking back at it, I didn't really take the opportunity like I should have because I was probably just a bit scared, to be honest.
Well, you just mentioned that if you have to train twice a day, you're not going to be on the same energy levels as anybody else. Of course, people, they have jobs. They're obviously
Yeah,
coming home from their jobs, their families, etc., and then going to train. That's also hard, but it's not as hard as what you're doing. You're trying to show your parent club that I deserve a place here. I shouldn't have got loaned out. And then you also got to go train in the evening for a club who's going to give you some game time. So
yeah.
yeah, that's a really, really hard situation. I don't think, no, even when I went on loan to non-league for a month, and I never trained in the daytime. I always, just trained in the evening for that club I was on loan to. So,
I
yeah,
think
for
at
me
one
to do
point,
both, that would have been crazy.
yeah, I think at one point I think I was training one day with Chelsea and then one day with Millwall. But
Hmm.
I can't remember. But I know at the beginning it was like that, and it was tough. It was
Yeah,
long because like when you even have a break in between two pitch sessions, it's tough.
yeah, it's not easy.
Everyone,
Yeah,
every footballer, they're a liar if they don't say this. Are dreading the second session after their first session.
yeah, you're just soaring it, and it's like to get up again, like to get going again, like your legs are aching. You got to do like prehab all over again, the warm up and everything is just But yeah, for you, wow, that's crazy. Is it like that in many situations in the women's game? Or
I don't think so. I think that was when women's football were just starting to become professional. So I
hmm
think I might have even like been the first sort of real loans that anyone had really sort of heard of. I hadn't really heard
really,
of many loans before. That might just be me not knowing really a lot, but I hadn't really heard of many loans, and I don't really know if they'd figured out how to do it properly or whatever. But it's nothing like that now. If you're on loan, you're on loan to that club.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
which is what it was like when I went on loan after that. When I went to Bristol and Everton, I was completely with them, which I think is fair on both the player club and parent club.
yeah.
I think
Of course,
even if you're training one day with one club, one day with another, like who are you giving 100% to? Because you
it's
can't give
true.
it to
Yeah,
them. You wouldn't do that in any other situation. Like if you're working for Asda and M&S, you're not gonna, you know.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Who do you give? It's impossible to give 100, um, percent for each situation. So I don't know. That must have been a really, really difficult situation, and it's very hard in football because you're a young player. You want to show everyone that, you know, you're at this level, you mean business, but also you don't want to seem like, oh, like you're complaining or anything like that, and you know, it's hard and everything. So yeah, really difficult situation. But I guess, you know, like all things in life and football, etc., it makes you just a better person, a stronger person, you know.
For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.